I know that Crash Landing on You is considered by most people right now the best drama. But if we're talking tiers of K-dramas, Chloe is not even mid-tier. As in, kaya wag masyadong mainit mga ulo nyo, ha? Gusto nyo ba yung wala pa akong shoot at ganito na ako kapawis? As in, yep, wala na tayong magagawa doon. Anyways, Slate. Hi! Welcome back to another vlog. Today, we're back here in the corner of my room. That's all. You already know what we're gonna talk about. I'm trying to train myself to keep intros brief. The quarantine will soon become a general community quarantine. I think if you have the privilege of staying home, let's just stay home and enjoy some K-dramas. Okay, before everything, I just want to spill, no, not even tea, just water. Just spill some water. Like, don't get overly affected by this. I know that Crash Landing on You is considered by most people right now the best drama, considering nag-trend siya as #1 on Netflix for I don't even know how long. But if we're talking tiers of K-dramas, Chloe is not even mid-tier. As in, kaya wag masyadong mainit mga ulo nyo, ha? Well, no, preferential pa rin naman. Up to you naman. If we don't have the same taste, then that's it. If you like Chloe, then good for you. I'm happy you had that experience. But the ones that I'm about to mention are maybe my own God tier K-dramas. Okay, so let's just hop right in. Before I start with like my list, I'll just get it out of the way. Get the basic ones that you should have seen by now. Goblin, Descendants of the Sun, Weightlifting Fairy, City Hunter, and Sky Castle. Those are your basic Korean dramas. And if you haven't seen them, chop. They're your basic K-drama requirements before you delve in to more. Okay, let's go to number 10. So number 10 is The Heirs. The Heirs is basically a series that follows a group of rich, privileged high school students as they're about to take over their family's business empires, overcoming difficulties and growing every step of the way. Okay, it cannot get any more basic than The Heirs. I feel like ito yung perfect gateway to Korean drama. So it was my own personal gateway. High school AU plus enemies to lovers trope plus rich snobby but inside is a softy male lead paired with a poor, struggling, but strong female lead. It literally cannot get more basic than this. Pero that's exactly the reason why it's the perfect first, or for one of your first. Ito na siguro yung epitome of what K-dramas are. You can only go uphill from here. Alam mo yan, if you call yourself a fan of Korean dramas, you're interested in them, and you still haven't seen a drama featuring Lee Min-ho, then sis, mahiya ka naman. Talagang Lee Min-ho, yeah. And also like The Heirs, it's like the best way for you to learn how Koreans normally construct their characters. Gateway ko talaga to. As in, The Heirs was the reason why I got into K-pop. So, hindi ako nanood ng The Heirs. Ang dami ko siguro natipid. The next one is Signal. Signal is about a cold case profiler in 2015 and a detective in 1989 work together to solve a series of related murders spanning 3 decades using a special walkie-talkie to communicate with each other. Okay, I'm a hoe for a good crime thriller. So, this is my exact cup of tea. Because this was one of the K-dramas na hindi masyado bumenta at first, but it ended up becoming one of the highest rated dramas of all time. It's also very simply made. So, wala masyadong like fancy cinematography, product placements, ganyan. Wala. Pero it's really excellent writing, and it takes really good writing to write a good crime thriller, and the characters were just developed so well. I'm all for the cheap kilig and all the romance that K-dramas usually give us, but sometimes you need that, you know, that stress, that well, ano yun? The next one is called Cheese in the Trap. This drama focuses on the life and the relationships and the relationships of a group of university students, particularly the difficult relationship between hardworking scholarship student Hong Sol and her deceptively kind senior Yoo Jung. Itong drama na to, unahan ko na kayo. When you picture a K-drama, this is not it. Hindi siya yung typical K-drama at all. As in, mabigat siya. Mabigat the way it's told, even like the ambience and like the aura itself is heavy. Hindi lahat ng tao, walang pores, ganon, and like, hindi parati like in your face yung kilig and stuff. So I already know this isn't gonna be everyone's cup of tea. Pero if you want to try out some dark themes and a little more substance per se, then yes, I suggest you give this a try. It's very emotional, again, very heavy. They're very, very worth the watch para sa akin. Very profound talaga yung paggawa sa kanya. And ako, personally, yung favorite aspect of it was how subtle it all was. Like, no parts of the story were really like shoved in your face. Like, the things just naturally happened. Ang sarap panoorin ng mga ganon. Also, just executed with like outstanding acting. Like, Kim Go-eun, the female lead, she's one of my favorite actresses. She's the girl in Goblin, if you're familiar with her. Yun, and I think this is one of her best performances as an actress. For sure. I'm very excited to talk about this one. The next one, I think this is number 7, is Scarlet Heart. During a total solar eclipse, a 25-year-old 21st century woman, Go Ha-jin, is transported back in time to the Goryeo dynasty. She wakes up in the body of Haesu among 7, yes, 7 princess of the ruling Wang family. Alam nyo guys, ako din, like sobrang, hindi ko at all magets ang appeal ng historical dramas. As in, sa akin, like,
it's just a bunch of dudes with long hair in traditional costumes. Alam mo yun?
But Scarlet Heart was my first historical drama, and it managed to turn historical dramas into one of my favorite K-drama genres. Itong drama na to, this is the dictionary definition of star-studded. Just okay, first of all, the lead actress is freaking IU. Si Miss IU, Sunbae Nim. Parang through this, natuto ko na the way historical dramas are made, hindi siya, yeah, they're talking in traditional Korean, yeah, they're wearing hanboks, the traditional costume, yeah, they live in palaces and it's set in like old dynasties. Pero the story is still relatable and is still made in a way na you will for sure understand. Basta sobrang ganda. You will cry, you will fall in love, you will get mad, you will cry some more, and then you will laugh a lot, then you will get mad more, and then you will cry a lot more. Nothing broke me the way this drama did. Excellent writing. Excellent talaga. As in, I have 0 complaints. Would rewatch 11 over 10. The next one is called Fight for My Way. The story revolves around the theme of underdogs, sure, and them trying to reach their dreams and yeah, you know, fight for their ways. Featuring 2 childhood best friends whose childish dynamic barely changed despite adulthood. But that's about to change. Starring our ever favorite Mr. Park Seo-joon and Miss Kim Ji-won. We all have our own personal favorite cheap kilig tropes, and mine is best friends to lovers. I think one of the main reasons why Park Seo-joon is currently, and me I say rightfully, this popular or like one of the biggest K actors now is because he has this magical skill of being able to have chemistry with literally anyone. As in, literally kahit pader yata. Meron silang chemistry, sis. Pero, I feel like, sadly, not all of his female leads have had the same amount of chemistry with him as he does with them. Does that make sense? Pero, Miss Kim Ji-won and Seo-joon just had talagang chemistry at its finest, and alam mo yung cheap kilig but with like substance. Ganon. Ito yun. Ito yun, sis. Ito yun. Along pa with the story of like trying to find yourself and figuring out what you want to do with your life and how like your dream job may not necessarily be for you. As in, it had all these themes na made it even more easy to love and easy to appreciate. Yun, sobrang sarap niya sa puso panoorin. But also like, inapakapakan din niya yung puso ko. But like, pinut together naman niya. Hindi ko na kaya, nagtali na ako. Hindi na kaya ng kiss ganda guys, hindi na kaya. The 5th one is Chicago Typewriter. The series depicts 3 resistance fighters who lived during the 1930s Japanese occupation of Korea. and are reincarnated into the present as a best-selling writer, a fan, and a ghost writer. It is an epic story of camaraderie na lang. Story of camaraderie, friendship, love, and betrayal that has lasted 80 years. As the trio of writer, ghostwriter, and fan race against time to find the truth of the past that haunts them, will their discovery affect their present? Hello? Okay, if that's not enough to convince you to watch this, hindi ko na alam pa anong problema mo. Ba't ang hostile? The entire premise itself is just bizarre. But the way it's executed is even more bizarre. As in, hindi ko na talaga alam sa inyo, TVN. Also, like, jumping to another era or time frame is always a challenge. As in, para sa akin, like, ang hirap-hirap niya gawing maganda. Like, without making it tacky. This drama really managed to create it perfectly. As in, yun, if you want something that keeps you on the edge of your seat while being consistently pleasing to the eye, this is it, sis. As in, wag ka na lalayo. Ito na siya. The fourth one is also very special to my heart. Okay, the title is Tomorrow With You. The story revolves around this very selfish guy who has the ability to travel through time via a subway. One time, he goes to the future and he discovers his own death. Then in the present, he runs into this girl who he loathes upon first meeting. But then upon traveling back through time again, he finds out that one, he's no longer dead. But two, more importantly, he's married to the girl he saw. So basically, he thinks that this girl is his way to avoid that dark fate. Basically, a way to save himself. This is sobrang poof. This is one of those dramas na I finished in like a day or 2 days at most kasi di ko talaga siya tinigilan. Like, siguro yung biggest compliment that I can give it is it's very, very fluid. Madami kasing K-dramas. I think manonotice mo to the more you watch na pinipilit na lang yung endings. Like, since there's this obvious, predictable route that it's going, it just goes straight there. Alam mo yun, wala nang surprises, ganon. And it's very hard. It's very hard to get like the whole concept of time traveling. It's really hard to get it completely right. Alam mo yun? Kasi ang daming pwedeng loopholes. As in, every little detail was obviously well thought of talaga. So sa dulo no storya, talagang that catharsis na we all crave for at the end of every show that we watch. Talagang makukuha mo siya. Promise. Promise. The third one is Reply 1988. Set in the year 1988, Reply 1988 revolves around 5 friends and their families living in the same neighborhood of Sangmundong. So, Reply 1988 is the third installment of TVN's Reply series, where they basically choose a year, tapos they set a drama in that year and they feature real life events that happened in that year. Gets ba? May dalawa na before this, but this is my personal favorite Reply installment. This wasn't just a drama, this was a spiritual experience. I feel like you can measure just how good a show is by its ability, or lack thereof, of transporting you to another time. It lets you clearly imagine yourself in that given setting, alam mo yon, and like Reply just completely achieved that para sa akin. It's like supposedly like really dull kasi there are no OA sound effects or like di naman overwhelming yung scoring, ganyan. It's also very dimly lit and like color graded, but also it's just like you're watching real people live their lives. Parang ganun yung whole vibe niya. They really feel so real kasi they're very deeply flawed pa din. There's not really much to be said again. As in, talagang this drama speaks for itself. The second one is Prison Playbook. A superstar baseball player, Kim Jae-hyuk, is convicted of assault after he saves his sister from a sexual attack. A captivating drama revolving around the lives of convicts behind bars, their families, and duty officers working in the correctional facilities. So it doesn't only feature yung criminals, but they also feature the officers. What this drama wanted to accomplish para sa akin was it wanted to humanize supposedly evil people. Kasi obviously, you know, crime and criminals in general shouldn't be tolerated naman talaga. But I feel like we often neglect the fact na they're still human despite the mistakes they made. And I feel like ito yung pinakagustong i-convey na premise ni Prison Playbook. And obviously, this isn't anything new, pero the way Prison Playbook tackled it was just full of so much class and taste. Sobrang refreshing and profound. Parang I haven't watched a drama this well edited in a while. Funny, painful, nakakagalit, all rolled into one big ball of just cinematic perfection, to say the least. I don't ever remember not completely fully enjoying an episode. As in, every episode always felt like a movie. It really did a great job in giving each character a developed arc. Like, not just the lead, every criminal featured, every correctional officer, they all had developed arcs. So in the end, it just tied everything together perfectly. Those are always like the best watches para sa akin. I just really hope you check this out if you have time. Alam ko ang dami sa inyong may time ngayon, so dali na ha. Dali na, link down below. Char! Okay, the last one and the most special one to me is It's Okay, That's Love. This story follows the complicated love story between a cocky, selfish writer and a psychiatrist who both suffer from mental illness rooted in trauma from their past. They go through a journey of acceptance and love as they work towards healing themselves and each other. Just go, guys. The moment I thought of making this video, ito, like without a doubt, alam ko nang ito yung number 1. I've watched this K-drama 16 times. Binilang ko, sis. Mental illness is such a sensitive topic, but I am a firm believer that it should be talked about and it should be discussed and people should be made more aware of it and should be educated on it. And like this show taught me so much about it, and the way It's Okay, That's Love tackled it made it so easy to comprehend and understand and appreciate. I think everything I could possibly love in a drama, binigay na sa akin ng IOTL. As in, hindi ko na kailangan sabihin pa. As in, a perfect cast. Perfect, hilarious, painful, heartwarming storyline. As in, no one did it like It's Okay, That's Love talaga. If there's anything on this list that I wish you would really watch, it's definitely the show. I hope I piqued your interest. Piqued your interest. Stay home if you can, please do. Matagal-tagal pa tayo. But you know, cap it and just keep praying and hoping for the best. Okay? I'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye!
Okay. 괜찮다 말해줘, yeah. I will try not to